So we'll start with DQL, which stands for Data Query Language, or DRL. DQL and DRL both are same. Data Query Language or Data Retrieval Language. Data Retrieval Language. So it is used to retrieve or fetch the data from the database. So yesterday we have seen using DDL, we have created a table and also few columns. Then using DML, we have inserted few records into those table which we have created. And then DRL or DQL, it is used to retrieve the information which we have created, which we have stored. So to retrieve those information, we will be using DQL or DRL. So it is used to retrieve or get or fetch the data from the database. And here also we have four subtypes. DQL has four substatements or subtypes, as we had create, alter, rename, drop, and truncate from this DDL. And as we had insert, update, delete from this DML. And here also we have four subtypes: select, projection, selection, and joins. So I'll repeat. We have four subtypes from this from this DQL, namely the first one select, projection, selection, and joins. If I go with select, the first one select, it is just a keyword. It is just a keyword. So select is used to process. It is the process of retrieving or fetching the data from the table and to display. And repeat. Select. It is used to, for example, I'm having a table. Consider I'm having a table. It is some employee name, and this is salary, commission, hire, date. This is hire date. So name A, B, C. Salary, some 10, 20, and 30. Commission, some 2, 4, 6. Hire date, 2020, 21, 22. Now I want to select the salary. I want to select the salary of A. So what I'll do, I want to select something. So from these employee table, we can select anything based on the information we have. These are the information we have inserted or we have kept. These 3 rows and 4 columns. This is the information we have stored in the database. And I want to retrieve those information. And I want to retrieve the salary of A. So what I'll write? Select salary. Select salary. So here select place whatever the information we want to select, and that has to be specified in the select clause. You will understand even better. One second. So select. It is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from the table and to display it. So whatever the information we have to select it, that information should be specified to the compiler. Select this one from so on so table. We'll see once again. Select. It is a process of retrieving the data from the table and to display. Projection. It is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from the table by selecting only the columns. Once again, see, I want to select salary and salary of A from EMP table where name is A. So whoever has name A, their salary will be displayed, and their salary is 10. So this is the output. So we have just selected 10. So that is selection. Whatever we want, that will be selected particularly. If it is projection, if it is projection, it is a process of retrieving and fetching the data from the table by selecting only the column. So the entire column can be selected. So what I'll do, I'll ask the compiler, select, I want commission column. Select commission from EMP table. Select commission from EMP table. So this commission column will be displayed. Only the commission column will have the output as commission 2, 4, and 6. Only this column, and you will not get the remaining columns. So this column will be displayed. If it is selection, any particular information from the table. If it is projection, only the column. We will be having number of columns, but from those number of columns, we can select only the columns, either 1 or 2. We'll see this today with practical. Then something called selection. Select is different, selection is different. So selection, it is also a process of retrieving and fetching the data from the table by selecting both rows and columns. If it is select, only the record, any particular record. If it is projection, the entire column, only the entire column or columns, either 1 column, 2 column, any number of columns can be retrieved using projection. If it is selection, both rows and columns can be retrieved. Both rows and columns can be retrieved. And if it is joins is, it is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from multiple tables simultaneously. Join, it is used to retrieve the data or fetch the data from the multiple tables simultaneously at a time. For example, consider I have table 1 here, table 1 and table 2. If I want to retrieve the data from both this table, I have to use joins, because I have to join these two tables. So I'll get the information from these table also at a time. At a time, I'll get the information from both the tables. Information can be retrieved at a time from both the tables. So for that sake, we have to use joins. From the first, data query language used to retrieve or fetch the data from the database. That is the table. And we can retrieve those data with the help of these 4 subtypes. Using the first one, select. It is a process of retrieving the data or fetching the data from the table and to display. Whatever the information we have selected in any table, to retrieve that information particularly, whatever the information we have selected, that information will be displayed. That is select. It's like, see, if I'm having 4 options, I have to mark any one, either A, B, C, D. Select any one option for the above question. It might be either A, B, C, or D. So I have to select any one. So that is select. Projection. It is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from the table by selecting only the column from whatever the number of tables we have. From those number of tables, if I want any particular column from any particular table, I have to use something called projection. Then selection. Along with the column, we can also retrieve the rows also. So it is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from the table by selecting both rows and columns. Then joins. It is a process of retrieving or fetching the data from multiple tables simultaneously. At a time, we have to retrieve the data. For that sake, we will use joins. We'll see one by one. So select. This is just a keyword. You can skip this. Then projection. Projection says it is a process of retrieving data from the table by selecting only the columns. And to select those columns from any table, we have to use something called syntax. And that syntax comes with 2 clauses. And the first clause is select, and the second clause is from. So select clause, from clause. So here in select clause, we can use something called star. We can use distinct. We can use column name or expression. We can use multi-row function. MRF is nothing but multi-row function, and we can use alias. These many arguments can be used in select clause, which means from the table, using these select clause, we can specify something called star. I'll let you know what is star. Distinct, column name or expression, multi-row function, and alias. We can use all these arguments using select clause. Then the second clause, from. So in from clause, it is always mentioned with table name. So whatever we want to select from any table, after specifying what we want to select, then also from we have to specify from which table you want to select. Yesterday we have seen a couple of tables, some hardly 4 to 5. Department, employee, so on, so on, so on. So employee. So here I want to select employee name, e-name. I want to oops. I want to select e-name. E-name, I want to select this column, but these column present in the employee table. And then d-name, something called d-name. This is present in department table. So I should write the query, select e-name from, e-name belongs to employee table, from EMP. So all the e-name column will be retrieved. Whoever has, so whatever the number of names that present in employee name, all those information will be retrieved. So select e-name from EMP. Then if it is d-name, again select d-name from DPT, because department name present in department table. So wherever we are trying to retrieve the information, that particular table name should be specified so that we can retrieve the data very easily. We'll see one more lesson. So select and from. So here we always use the table name. See, we have first the select clause and next the from clause, but from clause will execute first, a select clause will execute next. So we'll see what is from clause, what is this one select clause. From clause will execute first. From clause will execute first, and the job of the from clause is to go to the database, search for the table, and put the table under execution. I'll repeat. First from clause will execute, and then next select clause will execute. Let us see what is the job of from clause. From clause will execute first, and then the job of the from clause is to go to the database, search for the table, and put the table under execution. Put the table under execution. In from clause, we can give table name as an argument. Table name as an argument. Then select clause. Something called select clause. It executes after the execution of from clause. Select clause will execute after the execution of from clause. And in select clause, we can give the column name or expression as an argument. We can give column names or expression as an argument. And the job of the select clause is to go to the table which is under execution and display the records or column name or expression mentioned. I'll repeat. In select clause, we can give the column name. Select e-name, select job, select salary, select commission, select anything. So whatever the number of columns we specify in that select clause, all those number of columns will be retrieved. And the job of the select clause is to go to the table which is under execution and display the records or columns or expressions mentioned. I'll see one example. Do one thing, make a heading. Do you have any, one second. So we have read that. From clause will execute first, and in from clause, we can give the table name as an argument. And the job of the from clause is to go to the database and search for the table and put the table under execution. So copy a query, write a query, write a query to display, write a query to display, name of the employees, write a query to display, name of the employees. See, I want to retrieve the entire name list of the employees. I want to retrieve the name list of the entire employees. So before that, I'll write a query. So select employee name, e-name, e-name, e-name present in which table? Employee table. So write a query display e-name from EMP. So I have got the entire employee list of the table. That is from employee table. So before that, let me explain something. So here we have used select clause and from clause. We have used the select clause and from clause. And we have read that the job of from clause is to, so here, one second. So here I have used select clause and from clause. First, from clause will execute. So first, from clause will execute, and then select clause will execute. And the job of the from clause is to, the job of the from clause is to go to the database. So this is the database, and it will be having, the database will be having a number of tables. So the from clause will go to the database. It will search for the table. So here we have given employee table. It will search for the table. DPT, no. STUD, no. EMP, yes. So it found the employee table and it will execute the table. From clause will execute the table. The job of the from clause is to go to the database. It goes to the database, search for the table. It will search for the table, DPT, student, salary, bonus, no. Employee, yes. Search for the table and put the table under execution. So by default, it will put the table under execution. So this is the entire table. Consider this is the entire table. After that, select clause will execute. So this is the job of the from clause. It will just go to this, it will just jump to the database, search for the table, and it will execute the table. And then from clause, after from clause, then select clause will execute. The job of the select clause is to go to the table which is under execution. So this is the table which is under execution, and select the column name that has specified. Whatever the column name or expression that has mentioned, that will be retrieved. So the query is name. So name. We have a couple of columns here: employee number, employee name, salary, department number. But from these 4 columns, the compiler will just select the column which we have specified. So we have specified e-name. It will just select the employee name, and this is the output. And then if I do it once again, select star. So star is used to retrieve the entire details from any particular table. So I'll repeat. Star. Star is used to retrieve the complete information from any table. So if I specify employee table, the details from employee table will be displayed. If I specify department table, so the entire information from the department table will be specified. So star is used to retrieve the complete information from any specified table. So here we have specified EMP, so entire table will be displayed. Here we have specified DPT, entire entire department table will be displayed. And if I go with the previous query again, name of the employee, So select e-name from EMP. So only the employee table will be displayed. So before you try to write any query, you better recall the number of column names that are present in employee table and the number of column names that are present in employee department table. I'll repeat. You better recall the column names from the particular tables. If it is employee, We have employee number, employee name, job, MGR. MGR is nothing but reporting manager, hire date, salary, commission, and then department number. These are the 8 different column names we have in employee table. And apart from that, with respect to department table, we have 3: department number, department name, and location. These are the only 3 columns that are present in department table. So you better be familiar with the column names from these 2 tables, especially because we will be practicing few queries based on these 2 tables, employee table and the department table for the time being. And this was the query which we have solved. Copy this fast. Copy one more query. Write a query to display. Write a query to display. Salary of the employees. Salary of employees. Any answer? Salary of employees. Any answer?
Select from
Select.
employees.
Select.
Salary from employees.
No, 1 second. Select star from EMP. See, here we have sal, just a sal. So we have to specify. If I specify salary from EMP, it says salary, invalid identifier. I cannot, so the compiler says, I cannot find salary from this employee table. It is invalid identifier. So what we have to do? We have to go with sal. Whatever the column name that has specified in the table, the same column name should be specified in the select clause so that the entire salary column will be displayed. Copy this. I'll do it once again. Select sal from EMP. Copy that. Write a query to display. Write a query to display. So you can make it shortcut. WAQTD. You can save some time. WAQTD. Write a query to display. All the details of employees. Write a query to display all the details of employee. Any answer?
Select star from employee.
Select star from
Employee.
From EMP. If it is a DPT, select details of department.
Select star from DEP. DEPT.
Select star from DPT. That's it. If you want, you can copy both. Copy that. So I'll repeat the query again. The query was, write a query to display employee name. Query was, write a query to display employee name, salary, and commission. Salary and commission. So I can write select e-name, comma salary, comma COMN, commission from EMP. Done. So we read that we can use star. We can use star, which means it will retrieve the entire details of the table. We can use column name or expression. So these are column names. These are column names or expression, both are same. We can also specify any number of column names and it will retrieve us the information. So copy this if you want. Copy this. Write a query to display department name and location of employees. Right. a query to display, write a query to display the department name and location of employees. Department name and location of employees. Any answer?
Yeah. Select dname, comma, LOC from department, DEPT.
Name, comma, LOC from
DEPT.
DEPT. That's it. So this is how we can retrieve the columns, only columns, from department table, department name column, and location column. From employee table, you can specify any column name. You can make it as e-name, employee number, salary, commission, department, job, whatever the number of columns we specify here from the respective table, and from that table, we will get the respective information. So this is projection. Is it clear? Is it clear so far?
Yes, yes.
Yes, good. And we have seen something like asterisk, the star. So we can call it as asterisk. Asterisk is nothing but star. So star, it is a star used to display all the records or all the details from the particular table. So star is used to display the particular table. And then something like set pages 100, lines 100. If we are using this SQL developer, this one, Oracle SQL Plus, as soon as we open this,
Excuse me.
yes,
Like selection, one example, if possible.
selection.
Selection by both rows and columns, and it will display.
Which one you're asking for?
Till now we are discussing about projection.
Yeah, only projection. I have not.
Yes, selection.
I have not come up with this yet.
Okay, okay.
Just this one, the projection. In terms of
Okay.
in terms of retrieving the columns, only columns. I'll start this one soon. Within next 5 minutes, I'll start it.
Okay, sure. Thank
Before
you
that,
so much.
we'll discuss some basics. So star, it is used to display all the records. It is used to display all the records or all the details from the particular table. So select star from EMP, employee table. Select star from DEPT, department table. Select star from student, student table. Wherever you specify, so whatever the number, whatever the table name you specify in the from class, from that particular table, you will get the entire details of the table. Then set pages 100, lines 100. So if in case if you are using this SQL, Oracle SQL Plus, as soon as you open this one, you have to set pages 100 and lines 100, so that it is like adjusting the screen to get the information. But if you are using Toad, there is no use of you doing that. You can skip that. Then semicolon. Semicolon, it is used to terminate the query. So select D name, comma, DEPT number from EMP. So it is DEPT. If I don't go with semicolon, it won't give us the output. So I have to go with the semicolon. If I use semicolon, then only it will give the output. Until and unless we don't use semicolon, it won't give the output, because semicolon is used to terminate the query. And something called distinct. We'll do one thing, rejoin again. I'll explain.